Hello and welcome to Demon Media episode 7. Um, Hopefully YouTube does not cut that off to where we don't see the lovely whiteboard.
That
Um,
was awkward.
just like you're like pointing to me or like to the wall. Um, we're very hyper today. She's had she's had at least a half a monster. About all I've had is a handful of jelly beans today. So we're all a little hyper today, but that is fine because we're talking FNAF.
Yeah.
So obviously you know who I am. For the past bi-weekly few episodes, 95% of the demon medias have been with this lovely fella, this lovely female right here. I don't know why I was saying fella. Oh my god. Okay.
Fellow, lovely fellow. We're doing great today,
It's
clearly.
fine. It's fine.
Fine,
And this is gonna be
fine.
the longer one too. So we're gonna like use up all of our energy, and the next one's gonna
We're just gonna be like so monotone the next one.
be. Okay. Okay. So in this episode, we're gonna be talking about Undertale today. No, not
No.
not today. That's a different video. But today we're actually gonna be talking about FNAF Help Wanted. Since there's so many things to cover,
So
we're
many.
just splitting the one game in half.
Mm-hmm.
So my lovely guest here, Velvet, will be doing the primary game, and then I'll be doing the Halloween update and the mobile game, which did have a little bit of extra lore in there because of course it did.
Yes, of course, because you always need multiple different things in FNAF.
Exactly. Multiple layers.
Exactly, multiple.
Exactly.
It's never ending.
So with that, take it away, lovely guest host for today.
Well, if you could pull up the slideshow, that would be great.
That might help. That might
Yeah,
help. You're
maybe.
right. That might help. Okay. Hold on.
Also, I see that you failed to point out your lovely jacket.
Oh shit. I'm not trying to share with people. I'm sorry. Well, you up against emails later. But yeah, my lovely jacket from Creator Inc.
Yes,
finally got here.
but now
Uh, yeah, it's my FNAF game theory jacket. I have the normal game theory jacket that's like this, but yeah,
if you know
themed.
this would be great if I could see the screen. There we go. Never mind, it's
There we go.
fine.
It took it a second. Okay. So hopefully
Took it a
now
second.
everybody else at home can as well. So FNAF Help Wanted. Have fun.
Yes. Okay.
Just
So
tell me when to change them as well.
oh god. Okay. So Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. I'm going over the VR stuff, like AKA the like original version of it before it had like all like the Halloween update, the PC, mobile, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so that's like what I'm covering today. Um, go to the next slide, please. Um, Thank you. Yeah. So the game segments here are like the game segments in order, kind of. Oh wait, go the next slide. There we go. Five Nights at Freddy's 1, FNAF 2, FNAF 3, and then it moves into Dark Rooms, Parts and Service, Vent Repair, and Night Terrors. And so basically, like the whole like premise of this game is you are you're like a game developer or like someone working for like a game development studio, and you're like a new person. You're like seeing like the virtual experience of Freddy Fazbear's virtual experience, according to Silver Parasol Games. I cannot talk right now, clearly. Oops. But basically, you go through and you play these little different mini games, which are like all the gameplay segments, obviously, and you go and like explore the pizzeria. So obviously, we have like FNAF 1 through 3, and then like different ones. Obviously, like you get to be up close and personal with the animatronics. You get to see like, oh, dark rooms, oh, vent repairs. You're stuck inside a vent, not fun. And night terrors, like all that fun stuff. And there's two different modes for these. There is a regular mode and a normal mode and a hard mode. And basically like FNAF 1 has one hard mode, FNAF 2 one, uh, FNAF 3 one obviously, and then like Night Terrors, for example, all the way down there, has one too, which is called Pizza Party. Fun. Dark Rooms has four. Parts and Service has four, and Vent Repair has two other ones. Um, So yeah, they're all like a bunch of different games you can play essentially. And we can go into FNAF 1 now. So here obviously like the animatronics, you have the core four animatronics: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy. You can see what they look like. I'm not really gonna get into them. But basically, yeah, here's like all like the tapes and the coins right there. Where essentially the game isn't that different than like the one you originally play. Like there's some slight differences. Like, oh, you can trigger like Foxy at a certain time rather than having to wait for him. And Freddy has like the same pattern, but once he gets to your door, he's stuck there versus like going back by the end of the night like he would in the original game. So there's like slight differences like that, but there's not a whole lot different than like the actual like original games you play. And you can find tapes and coins in all of these different levels, which you have to collect in the hard mode. Um, so I'm going to be going over basically where like you find the tapes and the coins and everything. The coins are all in the left hand side, so you see like under the desk, no, under the cup in the lower drawer of the desk, below the cupcake, blah blah whatever, and in the monitor too, which only like appears around 3 a.m. I'm not really going to go over all these and just like pointing out what they are right now. If you want, you can pause the screen and go over them. And then the tapes, which are really important. There's 15 of them, and you have to kind of collect all of them. This one is on the desk to the right of the player, which is like very important. You need to make sure you collect all those to like get the full story. And you can only find the full story if you flip over into hard mode and go into the cassette player, which you can find in the press corner. There was a lot of information. Okay, so here are four of the Fnaf 2 animatronics. They're like the toy animatronics, and if you go to the next slide, you can see the withered animatronics, which also make an appearance. Yeah, there's a lot of them in this game.
Didn't they show up a little bit later? Like after they updated it once or twice, was the Wizard Animatronics, or was that the Nightmare Animatronics that came in after?
The Nightmare animatronics are in the
Halloween stuff.
Yeah, in the Halloween stuff, but the
Okay.
Wither, I believe, are there all the time.
Okay. I thought so, but I felt like there was like an early version of it where like it was just the normal four in the FNAF 2 areas stuff.
I think it could have been. I know in the early version there was a tape in there, but there's not a tape in like the now like playable version. Here's like the other two animatronics are also.
Yeah, you're talking about tapes. I was trying to get the tapes. That's why.
Yeah.
And then,
But yeah, so I'm really gonna go over where the tapes are. Just like you can find the coins if you want. The tapes are like the more essential part of this game. But yeah, like I said, there's no tapes in FNAF 2. It's the only one that doesn't have any tapes, which is kind of interesting. It's like not really known why it's the only one without it. And like I kind of said, the way that you could have found it in the earlier version of the game was if you put on the Freddy mask and saw it that way. It was like on a box behind you. Or supposed to be at least. But yeah, FNAF 3 animatronic, I guess, and phantoms.
Animatronic and phantoms. Yeah.
I mean, what else am I supposed to call them? Like.
I mean, you're right.
Exactly.
The one thing I don't like about the phantoms in this one is that they're just reskinned versions of like what they already had, instead of using like the more closer models in FNAF 3 in the actual FNAF 3. Like he's supposed to look more like his withered counterpart, just worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Not neon green, not toxic Foxy here. Just.
Oh God, the canonicity.
The canonicity of a Liberty Chica. That's a MatPat joke for you, people.
Oh my God, we are losing it today. But yeah, here's more of the coins and everything, and then you can find the tape behind the maintenance panel on the box. Oh, I forgot to go over the hard modes for the games.
Well, now you can.
Yeah, I'll go over them real quickly.
Because like since 1 through 3 is a lot of just like the same, so like.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, there's nothing like a whole lot different with any of those. So basically, FNAF 1, you play like the 1 through 4 regularly. Like it just like obviously as normal, the difficulty goes up each night, and then FNAF 1 Night 5. For that, it's all black and white, and you get random power surges. So like your lights will like turn on and off, your doors will like shut and open, like all that stuff. So it's like hard to control. Basically, the hard modes just make like, as it says, hard. It makes it harder.
What?
I know, shocking, right? Mind blown. No. But basically, like, it just, like, ups it a little bit. Like, that one I think is definitely the one that goes up the hardest. But it's a lot of, like, mainly cosmetic differences, I think. At least for these, like, 3 ones. Fnaf 2, same thing. It's, like, it obviously gets harder, but there's literally nothing really happens besides, like, a cosmetic difference to, like, mess with your, like, colors and, like, how you see that stuff. And then FNAF 3, everything is on fire for Night 5, and Springtrap's a lot more aggressive. But other than that, it's not like that different compared to the normal stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. Dark rooms. Fun. So we have in the normal mode, it goes Plush Trap, Nightmare Balloon Boy, Plush Baby, and then Funtime Foxy. And in the Blacklight versions, we have it just goes same Plush Trap, Nightmare Balloon Boy, Scrap Baby, and then Lolbit. The only like differences between those is obviously Scrap Baby instead of Baby, and instead of all the plushies. Here, I'll go over them after. Actually, I'll go over them all right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, Plush Trap is like just same thing as normal fun with Plush Trap, like it would be in FNAF 4. In the normal mode, it's normal. Obviously, wow, the normal mode is normal. Who knew? But then in the hard mode, you are a lot smaller and like tiny, and it's a lot harder to play. So it's like a lot different that way. Nightmare Balloon Boy functions the same way, kind of as Plush Trap. You have to wait for him to be on the X in the dark and everything. Same thing like the regular game. In the Blacklight level, though, the player is small, but there are like a lot of balloons, so it's very hard to like see where Nightmare Balloon Boy is. But it's not like a whole lot different. Plush Baby, that fun part. So in the Plush Baby level, you're kind of sitting in like the corner behind the prize counter, and you're seeing all these like different plushies of different like animatronics, all those fun things all around you, and you need to flash the light to where the plush babies are. There's multiple different places where they hide, and they'll try to like come and attack you. But that's like basically all it is. And in the Scrap Baby version, it ups it to be a harder level with all the plushies being baby, and then you're trying to find Scrap Baby out of all of the baby plushies. So a lot harder to see that way. Yeah. And then for Funtime Foxy, it functions literally the same as like the regular game. You're in like that dark room, and you have to like try to get through. Wow, you're in a dark room.
I know. I think a lot of these are in a dark room. I wonder why.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. We're both hyped up on caffeine and sugar, so like
Yeah.
the next episode's gonna be we're crashed, so you're fine.
Very interesting. No, but so Funtime Foxy, I like so literally said function same as the normal game. And then in the hard mode, you actually go up against Lolbit instead, and there's a bunch of different like you see Circus Baby, Funtime Foxy, even some other like fun and Funtime Freddy too. You see like multiple different clones around you, and they all like turn towards you. They don't actually attack you. Lolbit is the only one that does attack you in that one, but it just like makes it harder to see the animatronics specifically. But yeah, that's really all it is. It's also noted that you can't go into the private room that you normally can in FNAF sister location. You can't enter it, even though it's like it's there, but you can't actually go in.
Interesting.
Yeah, fun fact. And then if you go to where the tapes are and that stuff.
Yep. The only fun fact about this one that I've noticed is that this is the only one where Lolbit actually hurts you.
I know.
Like actually like, ends the game, not just it's a pain in the ass.
I know, it's really interesting. I love Lolbit. It's a surprise. Right? Okay.
Next hairstyle is gonna be orange.
I mean, my makeup's orange today. We're completing that look.
Exactly.
But no, so I found it really interesting that there actually weren't as many coins in this level as I thought. I was looking at it and like, how are there not more coins? But no, there's like a singular coin. I was like, what? That doesn't seem accurate, but it is. And so for the Plush Baby level, there's a tape on the Funtime Freddy plush, like right next to. And then on the left wall of Funtime Foxy's level, where the private room should be, you can see a tape, and then you can like walk all the way over and try to snag it for yourself.
I
But
think wasn't it like in the older versions there was also a coin on that wall too, or am I
yeah,
just like losing my mind?
no, you're right. There's a coin on there, but like up till now, at least like from what I saw, there wasn't any coins in that area
Yeah,
anymore. Because there
makes
used
sense.
to be more coins than there like needed to be. There were like more spots for coins than there actually like were coins, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm. Okay. Next, I think we can go to parts and service. Yes, parts and service. So basically, like I said, you're getting up close and personal with all the animatronics. It goes in a slightly different order than this. It's just I have the same order as before. But it goes from Bonnie to Chica to Freddy to Foxy in that order, or in that order for where you go. And basically, like I'm not really gonna go over all of them. Like I kind of said, like you fix it. Like for Bonnie, you fix Bonnie's guitar and do all that stuff. For Chica, you get rid of like the pizza and stuff like that. For Freddy, there's like personal items, like a shoe and like a hat in his like mouth and stuff, and you have to fix his music box. And then Freddy, you have not Freddy, Foxy.
It's hyped up on caffeine like we are.
Oh my god, yeah, his leg all
His
shaky.
leg is just like these are the ones I actually finished, and like his leg is just like it's like he's trying to itch his ear, but like he can't reach his ear. He's like
Exactly. Oh my god, no. So for Foxy, you have to like kind of like fix him up, like put his head on him and like do the batteries and all that stuff. That's for like the normal modes, and then for the hard mode, oh god, those.
Isn't it the exact same thing? Just like
Yeah, it's literally the exact same thing. For Bonnie, it's like, oh, the lights are weird, and it's kind of hard. It's literally just harder because like I said, the lights are weird, and like there's music in the background, so it's supposed to like obscure your hearing for the notes properly. Chica's isn't really different. It's like the lighting's different, and like the cupcake looks different, but and there's like cockroaches and like spiders and stuff crawling behind you, but there's nothing like different with the gameplay. Same thing for like Freddy. He's like shadow version. He's all black with like white lights, and there's like static and like TV and stuff floating around him. But like again, nothing changes with him. And then Foxy is all burnt and like blah, whatever.
oh
Um,
right, I thought he was
yeah,
like neon colors. No,
no,
you're right, he is
no,
burnt. Oh
no.
god.
They're supposed to be like the neon versions of the animatronics, but then they got scrapped. There's there's like a whole different version though that was like supposed to be there, but then they got rid of that stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like basically all it is. Like there's like I said, nothing's different with the different levels. I color coded these because I couldn't fit it all if I did color
That's
code
fine,
it.
I like it. It looks nice.
Exactly. So like I said, you can obviously pause and look at all the where the coins are and everything.
Yep.
But for the tape specifically, there's one in every level but Bonnie's, which is kind of interesting. And like you can find it in the trash on Chico's level, under Freddy's left thigh, and to the left of Foxy on the floor for the tapes and everything. So yeah, you can find those all there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I said, pause if you want to see where all the coins are.
The one thing I would definitely suggest, I know this is very in the middle because I have played this one. If you want to make sure you can get all the coins and all of everything, make sure you start yourself before you start the game farther back. This is if you're in the
Mm-hmm.
VR. If you're
Mm-hmm.
farther back than like where your normal boundaries would be,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so then you can step and actually grab the things you need to grab because or else
Mm-hmm.
they're very far away. Because
Oh
like
yeah.
for these ones you can't. There's not buttons to move. You just kind of you can't just swivel your body a lot. So like you can't like but a lot of the stuff is like a really far away. So you have to really make sure you're on like a little bit farther back than you usually would for playing
Mm-hmm.
VR. And then so then you can lean in and grab the stuff that's on the
Yeah,
floor
like
in the garbage
snag
can,
it.
stuff like that.
Snatch it. But yeah, fun tips and tricks.
Exactly.
There, this fun stuff. So there are two levels of vent repair. Well, technically four, but there's two easy levels and two hard modes. Both of it, Mangle and Ennard, and then just that stuff. So Mangle is essentially like you're in the level, like you have to like do all these like different codes and stuff. Like you're supposed to be taking care of the vents, but then something goes wrong because there's something in the vents. Oh no, who would have thought?
Who would have thought it?
Exactly. So basically, you have to like do all these like codes and everything while you have like the different vents opening up like around you slowly. Like each code you complete, all the vents get open, so there's like more areas for like Mangle to attack you. So it's just like it like gets like more nerve wracking like that. But then you once you complete it, you return the vent to a perfect 72 degrees. Um, and you're
72 degrees is not perfect, like, at all. Can we just say that? Like, it's not a perfect temperature in
it's
any
perfect.
place, ever.
No, it's a
Like,
perfect
we keep,
72 degrees.
like, here, like, in my house, like, we keep it at, like, a cool 60 degrees. Like, that's 12 degrees higher. Sorry,
Speak
go
for
ahead.
yourself. I am ice cold. I need to always have like heat on. I say as I'm in a tank top.
Perfect 72
Don't.
degrees. True.
Perfect 72 degrees. I just keep quoting that.
God.
But no, so if we go on to Ennard's level, this one takes place in Circus Baby Entertainment and Rental. Yeah, you can see Ennard there being Ennard. Yeah, exactly. But basically you have to go down and you have to like repair the elevator shaft that you're in. You have to like repair all the gears and everything, like go back and like it shows you these different things like, oh, you have these buttons that you press and like kind of like leading you through the exercises and everything, until you get to like the breaker room where you have to like fix all the pipes and everything too, and then you're done with the level. All the while, or most of the time at least, Ennard is trying to attack you and you have like a time limit almost with him to come and attack you. This is like one of the things, which it's really cool how they pre-scripted it into the game where like no matter what, he like opens up the elevator, scares you, and then drops it back down. I thought that was kind of cool.
They did really good with the game in general, I
Yeah,
have to
it
say.
was really, really cool. I loved it so much. And then so that's like basically the normal mode for those. And then for the blacklight levels, Mangle's essentially the same. But like obviously the usual like neon blacklights and everything is different. And there's actually a shadow Mangle too. So there's like two different Mangles trying to attack you, but other than that, it's not like that different. I don't know if the codes are different or not for those. So yeah, I don't really know if the codes are different or not for those.
It looks like this part of it, at least, unless you turn it upside down, that the buttons are on the top, usually on the bottom. So it seems like some of them are upside down and stuff.
Yeah, that's for Ennard's level. The next one, which is interesting because Ennard's is I think the craziest level, like in the the blacklight version, other than Pizza Party. That
That's a
one.
different game. We're gonna get there soon.
We'll get there eventually. But basically this one is like completely upside down and like completely like just very like weird and like just like weird, I guess. It's like I said, a lot of cosmetic different things. So there's like extra animatronics coming to like reach out for you. There's like Foxy head that like it's not there before. Another thing is like in one of the levels, not glitch trap. Ooh, spring trap is like crawling towards you. So like that's like another like time limit type of thing. Where it's like different like things that make it harder, like make it you have to be quicker about it, and it's completely upside down, like I said. But still like the generally the same gameplay. It just looks a lot weirder and a lot different. The only difference is that in this level at the very end, Ennard is he goes into the furnace and you like hear him burning or like you assume it's him burning at the very end, and then it's like, oh, perfect 72 degrees, let's leave. But the ending is like different because after that, like you think you're fine, and then Ennard will suddenly like appear and like leap at the elevator and like hang from it.
Fun.
And then like we like assume it's like, oh, he survived the fire or whatever. And then it starts like plummeting to the ground, and like it's assumed that like we die once we hit the floor. We're like, oop, schmack.
Death.
And if we didn't die from that, we have Ennard with us still. So you're kind of doomed.
Just the thought of that makes like my skin crawl. Just the vent repairs were definitely a lot of the fun ones. Like they weren't super easy, but they weren't super hard either. I haven't done the hard modes, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It seems interesting. 'Cause, like I wonder how I would be in those because I've never really done VR.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm. It's so weird though because I'm like, oh yeah, that doesn't seem that bad, but then like you're not playing the game, so you have like a way out. If you're playing
You
the
can
game, you
get
don't have a
away.
way out.
Yeah. Sometimes when I was doing like the FNAF 1s or 2s, like when I knew I was about to die, I just took the headset off and just put it down on the floor and waited.
It's like no, no, we're not dealing with that today.
Not today. Not today, Freddy. I'm just gonna.
Exactly.
But the funny thing is, like when you take it off, it pauses the game, so you
It's
have to
forced
put it back
you to
on,
have
or
a
like
jump
cover up the
scare.
little sensor that usually covered by your forehead.
It's like no, you have to have the jump scare. Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
these are some Easter eggs that you can see in Ennard's thing. So it's like different like I said, different things. You can see like the broken stuff just throughout the level, and there's also like another thing which I'll get to. There's like a Fredbear head that you can get a tape from,
Mhm.
in Ennard's like level, but that's kind of like an Easter egg, but like you're supposed to see it, so I don't really know. That's kind of there all the time.
Th-
Um,
this fella right here. This is like the nightmare
mhm.
endo.
Yeah, it's Nightmare Endo, which the Nightmare Fredbear Endo, which is like oh kind of cool.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, there's just like some extra things that were like there hidden in the background that like you don't always see there.
Hmm.
It's just kind of like RNG for like if it's going to be in your level or not.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's that for those. And then if you go to these, like I said, there's all the coins, whatever. Check where you want. In Mangle's level, under the pipes, on the floor to the right of the player, you can find the tapes, and then well, a tape, and then in Ennard's, like I said, the blacklight level. It can be found in Fredbear's mouth while you're like going by, so you have to like snag it while you go down. Um,
E-
but yeah, um, okay, that's like all that for those. Night terrors. We love these ones. Actually, not really. They're kind of scary.
This the baby one was like one of the first screenshots we got of the game before it came
Yeah, I
out.
remember that. Oh, that was so cool.
That was so creepy. We're like, okay, we're in the FNAF 4 house
Yeah, we were
with
trying to like
like,
figure out what the heck it was gonna be. Oh my god.
God, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, just going over all of it. We're like, oh my god. Okay. So for this one, I'll go over the normal mode for these, which is Funtime Freddy, Nightmare On, Circus Baby, and then Nightmare Fredbear. They're not in like the correct order, and I couldn't find a screenshot of Nightmare Nightmare On, but it's fine. It's fine. We don't need it.
It's fine. Look, there's a picture of Bonnet. It's fine.
Exactly. It's fine. It's perfect. So basically for Funtime Freddy's like segment in the normal version or just the segment in general, Funtime Freddy and Bon Bon will appear on like either side of the hall independently, which is why like for once Bon Bon isn't with Freddy, which is just it looks weird. It looks so weird. And basically they'll like come at each other, and I think if I remember correctly, the only one that can actually kill you is Funtime Freddy because
Yeah.
and yeah, Bonnet and Bon Bon will just like jump scare you, and that's like basically all they'll do, or they'll like be a distraction, I guess, kind of against
Yeah.
you.
I think
um
it's like they're like if they stay there for too long, they're like make Funtime Freddy come faster or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, I
I'm
think
not
that's
100%
it.
sure, but
Yeah, I think that's it.
never finished that level.
Oh my god, that one just I remember. Oh my god! I remember watching Matt Pat play. This is getting kind of off topic, but I remember watching Matt Pat.
That's topic. We'll talk about night terrors. That's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. And he like glitched out the game by mistake. So like in that screenshot, he was just had to stare down with Funtime Freddy. I remember that, and I remember laughing at that because I thought that was absolutely hilarious. He didn't even have to play like the level properly. He just made it through. Um. So and then for Nightmare On, it's kind of like the same. Is it like the same kind of as like FNAF 4 originally? I mean, like, the thing that's different is like the tentacles that like it was a weird level. oh
There are some fan artists who might not agree with you
my
with it being
god.
weird. Sorry. Go ahead. Continue on.
No, but no. So basically, for like Nightmare On, you just have to try to like go through the doors, close it, whatever. Like just hide away, and like if you see the tentacles, I believe underneath the bed, like in the ceiling, just shine your light at those to make them go away. Like I said, basically you just have to like fight against it and like survive.
I think it's a lot like how Funtime Freddy's works. It's just like
Yeah.
instead of the bonnet and bonbon, it's like tentacles. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's like essentially all it is. It's so weird though seeing them come down the hallway. Oh my god, it's so creepy.
Oh god, yeah.
It was so weird. And then Circus Baby is next. For Circus Baby, you hide in the closet and you have to survive until 6 a.m. Basically, Baby will like look around the room and everything, and then once she like turns and sees you like in that, she'll try to run up to the door and you have to shut the closet in her face. And there are little like baby plushies in the on the ground next to you in the closet, and if you have the shut for too long, they'll like shake.
Eat you.
I don't know how to describe it. They'll like shake and like get like mad at you or something, and then like they'll force open the closet. If you have them in there for too long. But basically, you just have to shut the door in her face and be like, "No, thank you. I choose life."
Yeah.
That's basically all it is for that one. And then for Nightmare Freddy, essentially, it's literally the same thing as like everything else. You just have to like defend yourself in the bedroom. Like same thing as like Nightmare On and Funtime Freddy. There's like not a whole lot different with it, except he's by himself, so he moves like a lot. I think he moves a lot quicker than the other two because he's by himself, so he has to make up for that lost time.
Yeah.
Pizza Party. So I have
the hard mode of Night Terrors.
Yep. It's its own level, and you can only play after you unlock every other game. After you beat every other game. And that's the only way to like unlock this, because it's like the full like end of the game essentially. Where basically you go through and you try to like find your way through this like maze of really weird like segments and everything. Should I say the entire like route how we go about it or no? Like,
I mean, if you want to. I mean, I'm just kind of staring at it right now.
I don't know. Basically, like you're just going through a bunch of different like rooms, and you have to pick a specific pattern of like rooms to get through, until you eventually can get to the FNAF 3 office, like outside of that, and then get into it. Because you have to like go through all these like different rooms, and essentially you're picking. You'll have rooms where you go to, which are like chocolate or vanilla or like pepperoni or cheese, and like you kind of pick like what you want for your birthday party, your pizza party. Because the whole premise is like, oh, don't be late for your party, whatever. So once you finally go through the FNAF 3 door and you can open through there and you go through that vent, you crawl up through the vent, and then you get to the stage, which is like shown down in the bottom. And you're like, hey, yay, I made it to my party, whatever. And you see like whatever your option was. So you see, like a cheesecake with like vanilla cheesecake.
Vanilla cheesecake. I mean, that is a thing.
It is a thing, which is why I didn't think it sounded weird. No, a cheese pizza and vanilla cake. Oh god, imagine vanilla pizza. Oh no. Never mind. I regret that. But then in the corner you see on the left, Chica and Bonnie already put together. Freddy kind of like dismembered, kind of, and then in the corner you see Foxy all the way on the other side with the employees only door open, in the back, and you're like looking around, and then you see Glitch Trap, which is this dude right here.
This lovely, amazing, smexy looking fella right here.
Of course. He beckons you forward to like come to the front of the stage, and then like comes behind the curtain. So creepy. No.
Who's creepier, Glitch Trap or your fucking Monica? God.
Dude, I should fight Springtrap. I'll be like, hey dude, what's up? How we
Wow. Oh my god, it would work like Monica would almost be like a ghost. Just she could totally possess Springtrap. Like a digital ghost.
But he's also digital.
Well, this version of him is, but that gets into the next part. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Now I'm good. If you go to Demon Interview's Discord server, that fight might be coming up in the future. Just
my God.
Springtrap versus your Monica. Not normal Monica, your Monica. I'll purposely ask you for a picture of your Monica to do this with.
Oh my God, I'd win. I'm spiteful. I would win. Anyways, okay. Anyways, this ends where like you go to the front of the stage of whatever, and there's like it's like black all around you, and it's like, oh, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to like the show, whatever. It's this like monologue, and you're standing there kind of like waiting, like, oh, what's happening? What are we doing? What's going on? You're holding the microphone, you see, and the stage opens, and you're Freddy Fazbear, and the credits like roll. The music plays. Very, very creepy because Glitch Trap is here dancing around. Yep.
Like he's the Joker.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so creepy. I love it. Oh my, it's so weird. But anyways, it's like he's dancing around, and essentially it's presumed that you're like a child literally being led to your death. And like the Freddy suit was open because, oh no, you're being stuffed.
Yeah.
So that's like, yeah, essentially that's like how it ends, and that's like the normal mode ending. Oh no, we're getting into the endings. But that's like the essential like the end of Pizza Party. And then here's like where all the tapes are and everything. So Circus Baby is like on the shelf. Not she's not on the shelf, but the tape is on the shelf behind the player in the baby level. For Nightmare Fredbear, it's in front of the closet. And at Pizza Party, it's at the end with like the cake. Yeah, you get like the cake, the pizza, and the tape. And that's all those. And I think we're gonna go into here are the Easter eggs, I suppose. They're just like some small parts for here. They're not like really big things. They're just like things that you can find around. Like I had like the coffee machine.
FNAF World.
Oh my God.
That's what that picture is from.
Exactly. It's in FNAF 3. Helpy can sometimes appear in like the middle of your thing, in the main room of the pizzeria. The basket of butters. Oh my God, that sounds so weird.
Exotic butters.
Exotic butters. Exotic butters you can unlock after you get all the coins, I believe. If I remember correctly, yeah, you get all the coins, and it's in the prize counter. And then like Biddy Bab and like Mini Rena and those, they're just kind of like they'll pop up occasionally in like different levels. And then Endo can sometimes be found in FNAF 2, I believe.
Yeah.
Or at least in one of them, just like kind of stand there like, hey, what's up?
I know that you can actually eat the exotic butters.
Yeah, you can.
And then there's like a button in it, and I think it releases confetti.
Mm-hmm.
In the prize corner.
Yeah, there's a button at the bottom, and it used to have like, oh, I remember it used to have screenshots on the TV where you would see like an actual like location. We were all like, what's going on with that? What's happening? That's like changed throughout the years and everything. I don't know if they even have that now still, but I remember like in the
if I ever get all the coins, I'll tell you.
Of course. But yeah, I know they definitely changed the real life setting, but I don't know I forget what they changed it to.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, it's changed over the years. Because this has been, oh God, this has been out for a while now.
This has been out for like 2 years almost.
Like
it's like actually I think it's like 1.5. I would say because like this game came out October. No, not in October. It came out like what, September?
Mm-hmm.
August, something like that.
I think so.
Yeah. I know you said it in the beginning of the video, but I cannot remember.
Mm-hmm.
I
can't remember.
But yeah.
But yeah, so there's like kind of some Easter eggs for that, and then I think what I have set up next is the endings.
Ending?
Yeah.
Oh, look! It's our. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Who are we gonna call? Psychic friend Glitch Trap.
Oh God, is he our friend? Psychotic man Glitch Trap. That's more like it.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong.
Exactly. But yeah, I
Wrong
kind of went over this already. You can see like there's Glitch Trap being his creepy self. He's like, hey, come here, little child. So that's that. And then here's the merge ending. So basically, once you get all the tapes, you can find, once you go in and you listen to all of them, you can get like 2 different endings after that, where basically you can get the merge ending where Glitch Trap will show up in front of you, and if you don't do the sequence to like get rid of him fast enough, you get like you merge with him and he becomes you, because you learn through the tapes from this girl called like Tape Girl or something. She's like documenting her process throughout the games, and you hear about this guy named like Jeremy. Something happens with him, and you find out like, oh, through Tape Girl, this like entity, that there's like something in the coding, but she's like doesn't want to get rid of it. Kind of, she wants to like see what it is. It doesn't seem like mean, blah blah, whatever. And then she's like, oh, I was like lied to, whatever, blah blah. All this stuff, kind of like releasing all this like stuff about, oh yeah, they're actually all lying to us, blah blah. Like it's like a big cover up for the companies, everything, like all that stuff. Fun.
All the fun stuff.
Of course, we love that. And so basically, Glitch Trap is trying to escape this game, and with each tape, he gets closer and closer and more like cemented in reality. And though he's like at this point, he can finally like come and like take control over you, which is what he tries to do, and like he's successful in the merge ending, which is one of them. And then in the trapped ending, God, it's I don't like it. I do not like the trapped ending. It's so weird. Like,
yeah.
You don't win in none of these like things. You win in the game, which is like,
and a lot of the endings recently in the newer FNAF games, you don't win.
You never win. You never win.
You win by not playing. That's how you win.
That's true.
That's actually the theory that MatPat had for Ultimate Custom.
Yeah,
if you don't play, you win.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's a different video. Go check that out. That came out 2 weeks ago. As of this recording, we recorded it last week, but as of this releasing, it will come out 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god! But basically, what happens, like, you're supposed to like flip the switch and like start it, and like if you do the sequence correctly with like the games, whatever, you get the trapped ending where like you wake up in this like cage almost thing with like handprints on the door, or like the small cubby thing that he's looking through. He opens it, goes shh, and then backs away slowly, really creepily, and then it just kind of ends there. So like I said, like you never win in any of these endings. You die in like all of them, or like something happens to you in all of these.
Yeah.
And after you get that ending, the plush trap. No, oh my god! Now I'm doing what you did.
I know. I'm sorry.
The glitch trap plushie, that thing, just shows up and kind of just sitting there all creepily, and nothing really happens with it in game in the regular version. You don't have like, just like in the original version, nothing really happens with it. You're just kind of like sitting there chilling with it. But yeah, it's like we don't really know why there's the plushie there and like why that happened. But that's really all I had for like the game. Like I didn't mention it before, but you can have like prizes that you can get, but like they're not really needed.
As you're talking about kind of prizes you can get, maybe I can pull up one of the audio files for the stuff. Hold on,
Yeah.
I'll have to like close it out and go back anyway because for the screen share, because I didn't set it to do the right stuff. So keep yapping and I'll find it.
Oh, I am great at talking, as we've learned.
Both of us are.
Oh god. But yeah, so basically for prize counter, there's like a bunch of different things that you can get. You can get like here are the different like categories: special, plushies, action figures, food, drinks, toys, and bobbleheads. There's not like a whole lot to like really say about any of those. There's like different types of food and like stuff like that for like they're fashioned in like, oh, L chips, tortilla chips, pirate plunder bar, stick of butter, butter for one. just that stuff in like FNAF and everything as it is, or like my favorite drink, Soda-roni. Great drink.
Yeah.
Oh god. But there's like different things like that. Like I said, the only thing that I can like really know about those, is for the action figures. They can be eaten, but you can only eat 3 before you die. If you eat like more than 3, you choke on them. And like, I know that there's like different messages when you die, and like one of them that I've seen like pop up after you die is like, oh, follow the leader, but like that's not specifically for eating the action figures. It's like every time you die in the game, you go to this like table with a like TV on it. I couldn't think of the name for what it is. TV. And you just find a TV sitting there, and it says like it kind of strings things along where it's like, oh, follow the leader, or
Mm-hmm.
nothing was ever proven in a court of law, kind of like clarifying what we've said in the past, like, oh, sure, there were the clippings about a suspect for the murders, but nothing was ever confirmed in court, so like he was never taken into custody fully. Like just like it's like basically there to like tie up loose ends or like clarify stuff for us.
I couldn't find the audio clips aren't working for me today, so we don't get to hear the tape girl talk about how
Oh yes,
Glitch Trap can
guillotine
Springy.
paper slicer.
Yeah. Oh God, not the guillotine paper slicer.
Oh god,
Oh
but
God.
yeah, it basically she just talks about like her discoveries and like findings and like this whole incident with this guy named Jeremy, which we just don't really need to get into, honestly.
Not today. Not today.
Not today. Not today.
So now we're
Yeah.
gonna. Is that all you have for FNAF VR?
Yeah,
Or is there...
that's really it I had to talk about. Like, there's not a whole lot else to talk about.
Yeah.
It definitely was the biggest thing for the game, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
God.
it was definitely one of the biggest things
Mm-hmm.
since the last game. But because the last one was Ultimate Custom Night, so
No.
it was definitely one of the biggest things recently because there wasn't really much because Ultimate Custom Night came out June 27th, 2018,
Oh, my
and
God.
and the VR came out in 2019. So
Over a year later.
yeah, so it was definitely a very big thing because there was like nothing and then there was something. So now I'm gonna be going over. Yeah. So now I'm gonna be going over some of the Halloween, basically what I'm calling the extra media, which is the DLC, which is the Halloween update, and the mobile, which we learned does have some extra junk in it. So for release dates, the Halloween update first came out October 23rd, 2019, but up until October 31st, there were some levels that were locked and got unlocked throughout that week. And the DLC was called Curse of Dreadbear. And then almost a year after the Curse of Dreadbear came out, October 26, 2020 is when the mobile version of FNAF Hub 1 came out.
Oh, wait, real quick before you do this. Do you have a slideshow or no?
I have two pictures.
Okay.
I have two pictures. I'm gonna look at the Wikipedia for other things.
I wasn't want to like make sure. I didn't want you to like not have it pulled up if you meant to have it pulled
No, you're good. So here I'll go over to mine real quick because I only have two because this is going off of like my main one that I just didn't do anything else for because I'm lazy. Okay, so present. So first of all, we're gonna talk about this fine fella right here, Grim Foxy. He
Of
shows
course.
up in the corn maze level, which is the last one to unlock, I do believe,
I believe so.
and also the one with the most secrets, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yes.
And then we
He
also have
always has the most secrets at the end.
yep, and then Dreadbear. He has his own level as well. He is also the main star of the DLC update. He has his own thing where you kind of have to like synchronize his brain waves and stuff and make sure it's big enough or small enough and stuff to cram it into his head. He is giant.
He is.
Like okay,
Do we
the
know?
game like your hands like both your hands cannot fit around his head.
I know.
They can barely fit around his brain.
Do we know how big he is or no?
I don't think so because there's a lot of different like sizes for him because like if you just look at the thing, he's like towering over everything.
I know he's huge. I'm like, why do you need an animatronic that big? He's like 3 of me.
At least. Okay, so then for some of the other ones, I'm just gonna close one of these. Then we also have Captain Foxy, which was his boating shooting ride. Exactly. And his was there are some secret lanes to it, but there isn't any secrets in that level. The only one that has secrets is the corn maze, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Then we also have the Plunchkins, which is basically that level is pretty much the exact same as the dark room levels for the plush version of Baby and plush version of Scrap Baby. It's pretty much the exact same thing just for the new plushie. And everybody hated it because they all hate that level. They're like, no.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
And then there's also another level where you basically had to build your own Mangle, which is you had like build your own. It was like it's like you went to Build-A-Bear and they're like, here's some directions. You must follow these to the letter. That's basically what it was.
Have at it.
It's like have at it, but also here's the pieces you're allowed to use, or else you die. That's basically what it is. And if you use the wrong ones, you'll die.
You die. Yep.
I think you can use any as long as you get the ones that pop up on the screen. I think you can accidentally throw in ones, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
So. I think so.
And these don't have any coins or tapes because these are technically supposed to be after because there are because I am going to be talking about some of like the theories and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But so the main thing in the corn maze is the main new thing in Curse of Dreadbear is the corn maze, which is where you have to go up against Grim Foxy for a lot of it. Yes. In this, we get our first appear. The goal for that one is to get one key and get to that door. But if you collect all the keys, which you can do, there's a secret key that was like a glitchy key, and then you head back to the beginning, which had like a big cellar door that you couldn't open before. So once you get it, you can go back, and then you can go into that cellar, all without dying. Make sure everybody knows that.
Don't die. That's not good.
Exactly. So then you go into the cellar. This is the secret, and you find a white and brown bunny mask.
Yes.
And now we know it's Vanny's mask. We know that from a few sources about the next game. And hopefully I can find the recording for that as well. Vanny mask VR thing. Is Vanny in Afton? I do not know. Probably not.
That's always the real question. We never know what's going on in these games.
Okay, here we go. So I found the audio for so there's a mask down there. You're able to put on the mask, and then all you hear is just heavy breathing, and then the breathing starts to slow down and seem like you're calming down. And then it ends, and then you go back to the main screen, and then you go in. And then if you go back to the prize corner, you'll see that you have the mask there. And if you completed the game, like how Velvet said, and you have the plushie, you can bring the plushie with you over there, or the mask over. No, you bring the plushie to the prize corner.
Yes.
And then you put on the mask, and then listen to this audio, which I will hopefully be able to share with you all. This is, as you can see, very Father's Pizza Fandom about Vanny. So hopefully this will work.
Yes, I hear you. I know. No. There's no miscommunication. I understand. Yes, I have it. I made it myself. I think you would like it. No one suspects anything. Don't worry. I'll be ready. And I won't let you down. It will be fun.
And now everybody at home is thoroughly creeped out.
That's interesting though, because that sounds like I've heard that audio before, obviously.
Yeah, we all have,
but no, that sounds different than we have for Vanessa or like Vanny in the new game with like.
Well, the mask also looks different than what she's using as well.
That is true. It's like that's like a lot higher pitch. I don't know if it's just because it's like a different voice actor or not, but like that's still like an interesting thing to note.
Yeah, it might be a different voice actress, but the mask is also different as well. It's like a little bit different. So
yeah,
because
it's a mask rather than the actual
it's like
suit.
The actual character of Vanny is just pretty much white and like some like plaid pink on some parts of her, but not on the mask. But in the game in Fnaf VR, the mask is white with some brown spots on it, so it's a little different.
It's like slightly different mask and everything. I noted that. I'm like, oh wait, that's an interesting thing that I didn't notice before, because her voice is definitely deeper and like more clear in the trailers and everything. Like I said, it could be like a new voice actress because of like differences. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's interesting. One to point that out.
Yeah. So one of the before I get into the mobile game, one of the theories. Oh God, we're running low on time. We'll only be able to do one today. So
Surprised.
we start like 60 minutes late. That's fine. You're fine. There's a few like little hidden Easter eggs in the main hub for like when you select in levels for the DLC. One is you can see the FNAF 4 house in the background.
Yes.
Sometimes, rarely, you can also see Glitch Trap dancing back there as well, in the same way that he did in the one ending. Exactly. That very creepy way.
Choreographed than that, but whatever.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit more skipping in there. He seems happy.
I'm lazy.
Then,
no.
Yeah. And then there's also like a column of something or other. And in the middle, there is 5 graves surrounding a purple glitchy grave. The longer you sit in there, the more glitchy it gets. And we see this much better with like some people who have been able to hack and like move their body over there. And there's also some rare occurrences of I believe it's Dreadbear coming out of the water behind you and walking. I think it's Dreadbear.
Yeah. Dreadbear's there, and then there's also sometimes Foxy. There's like a ship there that like a Kraken is like
pulling down, trying to.
Yeah.
And then like when you lose, like before, it's a little bit of a different room. Behind you, you just hear scratching because it's Grim Foxy behind a
gate.
Behind the gate and like some cement, like a brick wall as well. Like that's kind of what he's scratching against. And like before, giant Dreadbear in front of you as well. And before we all thought Grim Foxy would be called Jacko Foxy because that would make more sense.
It would.
Given a new name, but that's not the point of today. Anyhow.
We're not getting to that.
That's a whole different thing.
There's
so now
so
we're
going
to quickly
we
go
don't
over
get into.
Exactly. So now quickly we're gonna go over the mobile version because there's a new thing in it called Princess Quest. Some of the stuff, a lot of it just works like a normal, like cheap-ish RPG type of game, or like an older game as well, where you play as one character and you just go through. A lot of it is just it's kind of just seeming like it's setting up Glitch Trap's return, which I know this video isn't about Security Breach, but we should have one about the trailers and stuff. But it'll probably be out after it comes out, but because of hard luck. Where we see a new purple, it looks like a nightmare-esque hand come in for like the newest trailer, as of this recording, newest trailer. My cat's trying to sleep and he's yelling at me.
No, I can see him.
You see him? He's over there.
Yeah, I can see him. My cat's on my bed, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, he's a little jerk over there in the corner. But a lot of the stuff is you see like 6 graves at one point, and it's theorized that it's Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy, and the puppet.
Yes.
But yeah, and there's some theories that it's theorized, of course, that Princess Quest is a mini game that is like a metaphor to Fanny's role in the original version of Help Wanted. I'm reading a lot of this off of here. But yeah, there's a few different versions of Glitch Trap, which is just like weird versions of him, like it seems like enemies and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much a lot of the main stuff for all that. Because like obviously I could also go into more detail on what you do on each of the mini games in the new version, but they aren't really lore based things.
Yeah,
other
exactly.
than Corn Maze, which is
there's
the very end.
For those. The only thing that I want to note too is there's like the PC version of the game too. Literally like same thing essentially as like the regular game. Same like stuff, whatever. But the only difference is the parts and service room is open at the very end of Pizza Party. And that it literally was just like the teaser for the mall being built, like when we didn't know Security Breach was coming out, like it literally just was like a teaser in the snow, and then it showed.
Right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. I forgot about the snow ending.
No, yeah, it was just that one part. I don't know if it's up all the time. I feel like just that one part where it's like, oh yeah, here's like the teaser for the new place, but it was like just a.
It might have come out like with the Christmas stuff. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
knew there was a reason for the Christmas. I just forgot about it. But yeah, I think with that, hopefully we'll be able to cram in FNAF AR and in space too. But we can hope. Well, we can at least do one of them, and then the other one we can split up later.
Oh my god.
But thank you all for watching. And at least unless it's a FNAF video, then it's both of us. We'll see you in the next media.
Yes, you cannot get rid of me. I will be back.
I wouldn't be just Arnold. Just okay. Bye.